We back.
Welcome.
Back to Free Chess Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in for episode 164. Yes, 164. Listen, we live right now, and it's Thursday. It's Friday. See, yo, brother, days is all mixed up. We're supposed to be going live on Sundays, but listen, we got some things going on Sunday. My son, Mob might have an alleged trip to, you know what I'm saying, the cartel lands, but we don't know about that. He might go to Miami. He might go to Medellin. He don't want to tell us the truth. We don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. So listen, we shooting here live on a Friday. I know we just popped in on y'all, so it is what it is.
Appreciate everybody who's tuned in.
Yes, appreciate everybody that's tuning in and working with us, because sometimes our schedules have to move and such.
Don't you worry about nothing, okay? Listen, a whole lot of more streams, a whole lot of more consistency coming soon. On that note, let's get into what's going on right now, because there's a whole lot of shit we got to get into.
There's a whole lot going on.
Talk to me.
First,
I feel like you've been dying to tell me. Well, let me see what you said first. Let me let you go with first.
First, I want to talk about what's going on in our hometown.
Then we're gonna go straight to that.
I think we got to.
Well, hold on. You sure?
Actually, nah. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
Cause you've been trying to tell me about this Drake shit, and I'm trying to figure out. You feel me?
We got
real people think they know about.
We gonna wait.
Ain't nobody know about our hometown.
We gonna wait. We gonna wait. So, there are details of the Drake UMG lawsuit, and some of the details are coming out that Drake has requested to see the contract between UMG and Kendrick.
Oh, it's like that?
He requested to see the contract. He also requested to see the relationship between Dave Free, Kendrick, and his girlfriend, basically alluding to some type of paternity test. He also requested to see about if there was any domestic incident that UGM had against Kendrick and his girlfriend.
What? I didn't know he was going this crazy.
He also...
So he's saying, hold on, you're almost pretty much saying that he's saying he might have not been lying in his raps.
That's
this all part of a plan? That's
what he's alluding to, and he also alluded to the fact that he had the story of Adidon that UMG, they redacted, and they basically what's the word I'm looking for?
Removed?
They basically removed and heavily sanctioned the song. So he's basically was saying, why did he do that to Not Like Us? So there was a lot going on. So he's trying to. So I want to know your reaction.
I want to understand. So basically, what he's accusing UMG is to protecting him when the story of Adidon from Pusha T came out.
Yeah,
I'm assuming UMG has some type of control over Pusha T's music, because that's the only way that would make sense. Where they be able to try to
apparently they
you're saying they put an effort to censor it, right?
Yes, that's what the world's looking for.
That it's not being pushed out, not being promoted. They put in an effort to do that. Okay, so they're saying that they didn't do the same thing for Not Like Us with Kendrick, even though Kendrick was also under UMG's control somehow through some higher power Illuminati shit, right? Because UMG owns all this shit apparently.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
Lucy.
and it's saying, okay, so that's what Drake's getting at. But I'm confused though, because hold on, Drake might just be applying. Okay, like Drake trying to get the paternity test and any subpoena records of any domestic violence. Now this shit could get heavy though, because I ain't gonna lie, if that shit is true, it can get crazy. Imagine if we found out through all of this time that Drake was not lying and Dave Free was the father of Kendrick's kid. That's fucking insane. I don't think that's true. But what do they? Why, I didn't even know you request somebody else to go get a fam. Like to go get it. It must be the.
But that doesn't even make any sense. Like, why you're asking the label for all this information?
But I think I get what. Maybe it's because he's protected himself from being countersued. Because I'm trying. If he can validate that all his claims on those songs were true or came from some kind of, they came from the truth, then it can't be a defamation lawsuit. It can't be defamation if it's true.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
I can say anything I want about you if it's true. You feel me? I can say you fuck kids, you do all the craziest shit in the world if it's true. And if it's not true, that's when it becomes defamation. So if he can prove that there was truth to the shit he was saying, I guess he's protecting himself from being countersued, because he's gonna try to hit them with defamation for this shit Kendrick supposedly lied about. So I think he's playing the 10 steps ahead game. I think he's playing chess with them right now, and he's just trying to cover his end because he knows they have the power to counter him all day.
And
they have no problem spending $20 million on lawyers to prove their point to drain Drake.
And allegedly, the judge asked Drake's attorney, "Are you alluding to the fact that the allegations you made in the diss records were true or not?" Is that what you're basically saying? And then Drake's attorney basically gave the runaround, didn't really answer the question.
Didn't want to say that.
Didn't really answer the question. So what are your thoughts about all this? What are your thoughts about all this?
Listen, Drake. I'm not mad at you, gang. If you want to go get your hundreds of millions of dollars and you feel like, you feel me, you got to play these white on white games, I'm here for it. White on white crime, I'm here for it. Okay. When Drake decides to go back to his white side and he start playing like this, I'm like, hey, I get it. You feel me? If I had the advantage to be able to do that, I'd do it too. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to what you say, he's not hip hop. And I start to see it more and more because this right here is crazy. We're doing a full out investigation. Yep. We're subpoenaing domestic violence like claims that might have possibly happened. Like, this is crazy. But you know what? For hundreds of millions of dollars, I might chase that too. Respectfully, I will. 100%. Hundreds of millions of dollars, I need mine because the UMG got my son Drake fucked up. They trying to con him out of hundreds of millions of dollars of leverage by making him seem like this big loser and by pushing Kendrick, which is the reason why he sued in the first place. Now, I don't know how this is gonna end. All right, this could be one of the most embarrassing things, or this could be a really big turn. Like, this could change the game, bro. If he can somehow summon hundreds of millions of dollars, this will change the game. Because what about all the Chicago rappers that make money dissing dead people and make money lying on people saying this person killed that person? I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna be able to sue people for the songs that they're making because this isn't true, I don't know. It's a little I don't know. There's so many layers of what's really happening. Because part of that is defamation, but part of it is also UMG didn't do anything to stop this dude from making up lies about me, and they not only didn't stop it, they actually pushed it to an extreme level to make it number one.
See,
I don't know.
It's
gonna blow up bad.
See, when I said Drake is not hip hop, people call me a madman. I've been saying it. He is a pop artist that has rap songs. Yeah, there's two different things, and the law breeds angels, man. It's the way the narrative shifts. It's he's doing it for the little artists. He's doing it for the little artists. He's not suing Kendrick. He's suing the label. And now Kendrick's name is all in this. He wants to see Kendrick's contract and everything. This is just unprecedented times in hip hop. And all this is self-serving. He's not doing this for the little artists. All this is self-serving. All this is his ego hit. That's all it is. He's trying to save face. He's upset that the culture basically ran with Kendrick on this. He thought he was untouchable, on top of the world, and he got humbled. And now he's trying to save face, doing everything he can to claw his way back. And that's the worst type of person, the one that pushes all the buttons. And then when they really get pushed, now you want to bring litigation into this. Yeah. And this is the worst. I think this is going to turn for the worst. It can make a turn for the worst, like you were talking about. Pushes all the buttons. And then when they really get pushed for the future, now you want to bring litigation into this. Like for future rap beefs or whatever the case may be. Turn for the worst. Like, let's say, so now our label is going to fact check what every artist says against another artist before pushing it out. Yeah, it's not about that. It's about the creative control. Right. That's the thing about hip hop. That's the thing about hip hop. When you there's been hip hop beefs and battle raps and since the beginning of time. When you enter an arena in a battle rap arena, you understand that it's full creative control. It's full creative control. Thanks. How many battle raps have you seen? People talking crazy to each other? Is anybody fact checking this? Is anybody suing or litigation based on something somebody says? No, it's part of it, And Kendrick said, if you want to take it there, we can take it there. Drake is the one who mentioned family first. If you want to actually look at the timeline about it. So, I mean, listen, it's crazy, and it's just this is unseen times, and man. I just can't believe this is where we're at. We bring in litigation and trying to fact check, and I can't believe
Drake is Draking.
Yeah, that's why it's It's literally making Not Like Us the greatest this song of all time. Like, we've never seen this before.
Right here, complete debacle. I mean, it's losing tens of millions of dollars trying to sue some people in order to listen. I get it.
And it's emphasizing the fact they not like us. You know what I mean? Like, who does that? Who does that? You know, like.
Yo,
they not like what are you doing?
You're right.
Like this is the same person that
it's not good. But listen, Drake, I'm not against you. So make sure when you feel me, when we become friends and shit, we don't ever talk about this again. We can both accept that Kamal's not invited. You know what I'm saying? You're not coming to the after party. Man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go to Drizzy after party. I'm gonna be at Drake's after party.
I'm being and I'm being unbiased about it. And I feel like
I know. I'm just trying to save face. I'm trying to be there.
And I think that's the issue when it comes to a lot of these streamers, a lot of these media personalities, is to where if they're trying to have a good look if they want an artist to have a good outlook on them, they might not be totally unbiased in their takes. Yeah. They start dick riding. Yeah. And I think part of that is the problem that we have in the media space. Yeah.
That we don't know. People are too biased.
Dick riding. They're dick riding. For sure. That's exactly what it is.
For sure. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I can for sure say, Drake, you're getting belt to ass. It's not getting better. It's not looking good.
It's getting worse by the day.
I'm gonna keep on saying, dog, for them hundreds of millions, man, UMG got to run me my check, and I'm upset. All right, I'm fucking flustered. I'm flustered right now.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
I'm losing tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars.
You talking about some paternity tests? Oh, but this is not about Kendrick though. Remember, this not about Kendrick, right?
That's insane. That's insane. It's not a good look. Yo, hiring a paternity. But I'm telling you, I think that my little theory of why he's doing that is right though. I think he's just protecting himself and being countersued.
Well, who's going to countersue him? Kendrick? You think Kendrick's going to countersue him?
Hold on, no. You think UMG not petty?
But no. But they wouldn't countersue Drake on behalf of Kendrick, talking about the lies.
Not on behalf of Kendrick, but on behalf of themselves as a label. Because you're saying that we did all this stuff against you. Now all our artists are going to look like, yo, they'll do this against us. This damn near defamation against UMG. I'm just saying. It's very possible.
Nah.
If we want to start playing the hundreds of millions of dollars games, it starts getting nasty. It's nasty work in there.
This is deplorable work. This is absolutely deplorable work.
It's not good.
And I saw something to where
not good.
It's not good. I saw something to where I don't know how true this is. Somebody from his camp, like I said, I don't know how true this is. Yeah, from Drake's camp, was talking about how he's been distancing himself from American artists, that he feels betrayed and taken back by everything. So you see himself going overseas and stuff and distancing himself. Not really. Basically, he's talking about that you won't see a lot of Drake stimmy package for a while because he feels betrayed by a hip hop community in general.
Oh wow, that's crazy because I did see Trap Lord Ross drop some video talking about Drake postponed a album or something that was supposed to be released because he dropped a song apparently with Central C and it flopped apparently. And I just saw that. I didn't get to actually watch the clip, but I heard that and I was like, oh, whatever.
I see he also canceled some tour dates. I forgot where they were. Also, but not his he's loading up for his album that's coming out, I think in October or so.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Speaking of tour dates, have you been seeing this Breezy bullshit?
Yo, Breezy been going crazy.
Yo, Chris Brown. Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
We gotta tell y'all.
Streets on shut. Yo, bro, he basically sold out. I don't know if he sold out MetLife, but it sure looked like it.
Bro, 2
nights back to back.
Yo,
you're talking 60,000 seats to see one nigga with glow up fucking shoulder pads on, grind on your bitch. Like he's grinding on your bitch.
Yeah,
what's going on. Everybody, he put on an orange couch and he grinded on your bitch with some shoulder pads on.
Everybody,
this shit is crazy.
Yo, and it's funny. They were like, yo, I seen reactions. He was like, yo, he was dancing for like 3-4 hours. Like, he would not stop. Like, yo, he would not stop. Yo, I saw one clip. This woman was like, yo, I've had a long day. I'm tired. I got to go home to my kid. And I went to his concert for 2 hours. And he would not stop dancing. I spent $200 for them seats. I got more than my money's worth. I had to leave early. I'm like, yo, he would not stop.
Chris is like one of them niggas that just dance everything he do. He's just dancing like he don't do nothing normal. Like, he can't just sit in the chair. Like he just got to do something. I'm telling you, he look like one of like Omarion type niggas. Like he stand in line at a store, and
like just like
the
just like the music video in Yo when he's dancing to her. That's him all day.
Yo, bro, it be like that. Dancing, I swear to, yo, bro, I've known dancing ass niggas my whole life.
Yeah.
Like people like that like, during dance classes in high school, all that, they literally do that, bro. Like they'll literally be just chilling, standing, and it turns into a pop lock session. They doing something at all times. I'm telling you. If there's a mirror, God forbid, it's about to turn into a whole routine in front of that mirror. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've seen it in my own squads.
So yeah, he's out here. Yo, my timeline was going crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like every joint on my timeline.
The breeze, but I'm just thinking like, yo, bro, God bless, bro. To be what 15, 20 years in. 20 years in, yeah, 05. Yo was like 05. Not even Yo, Run It was 05.
Yeah. Facts.
To be 20 years in, bro, and you could still sell 120,000 tickets at MetLife. Them tickets ain't cheap.
Them tickets
I
is
see
not
people
cheap.
with money standing in the nosebleeds. I'm sure people was paying thousands to get up real up close and get sweated on.
The floor seat.
If you want floor seats, you want Chris Brown's sweat on you. That's gonna probably run you about $1,500. Right? That's what it's looking like. Yo, bro, shout out to Breezy, man. Salute.
But not only that, Chris Brown has so many hits and so many songs.
2-3 hours ain't even enough.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just the Indigo album.
That's what. But
2-3 hours. That's just the 40 song project.
That's not even Breezy. Yo,
That's
Breezy. Yo, bro. No.
I gotta give him his credit. He did his thing.
Like he has so many songs. No matter what he actually plays out there will be somebody like, man, he didn't play this. He didn't play.
Bro, he has generations. He has errors.
Errors. That's what I'm saying.
Errors, bro.
You talking about? It's not like it's like on the Millennium Tour. When they're nostalgia music.
Exactly. No. Right. He'll
No.
drop some shit with WizKid right now that was just popping for the last 3 years.
No, that's what I'm
saying. And then he'll jump into fucking Run It and Yo, and you get that nostalgic feeling if you need it. And he'll do fucking Fine China. You're like, yo, I forgot he even did this song.
Nah.
Yo, what the fuck is this? Like, bro, he's
Exclusive,
different.
Breezy.
I was about to say, then he goes into his whole Tiger era. Him and Tiger with the deuces and all that. That was a whole era. That
was a whole era.
That was.
They don't remember Slime and B. You feel me?
Nah.
He's
Shout
different.
out to Chris. I ain't
He's
gonna lie,
different.
Chris.
He's different.
Also, Chris, I'm trying to make it to the after party. So you know what I'm saying. Next time you look out, you know what I'm saying. We hit my people. You already know.
Speaking of artists, I think we got to jump into the Cameron versus Omar Gooding.
Yo, Omar Gooding Jr.
Cameron.
Cameron is the funniest person
hilarious.
alive,
so, for those who don't know, Cameron on his podcast, he was basically talking about how there are B-list actors who really they have to just wait around for a director to reach out to them, and he mentioned Omar Gooding, but he said Omar Gooding Jr.
Right, which is not his name.
Yes.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yes, Cuba.
Which is a much more famous, more successful actor. No disrespect to Omar Gooding, because he's actually a legend if you ask me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He did it from Baby Boy. Remember, he got hard, cuz. He got hard. That's what I say. You feel me? I fuck with Omar. I ain't gonna lie. But
yeah, so he so Omar didn't like the fact that he put Junior at the end of it. So basically, he put out some diss tracks.
He put out 3 diss tracks.
No. First he put out 2.
He went to the booth.
He went to the booth. Omar Gooding went to the booth and put out 2 diss tracks against Cam. Cam put a diss track of himself. Put his own diss track out. And then Omar went back to the booth, put in another diss track. And Cam is so petty.
How petty is he?
Do you know the whole story?
No, I'm learning right now.
Oh, listen.
In full time.
So, Cameron, he reached out to people who do movies. I don't know if they were producers, whatever, directors. Basically, he booked Omar Gooding for $7,500 to fly down to Miami to shoot a movie that's never coming out.
Emotional damage.
Wait. Oh my God.
To shoot a movie.
Oh my God. What are you saying right now?
So
bro?
and in the contract that
talking about?
Omar signed, Cam could do whatever he wants with the film. So he streamed some of the film of a movie that's never coming out on his whatever platform he did it on.
This
He
nigga went and
booked him.
booked him for a Tubi movie and told him, guess what? It's never coming
It's
out.
never coming out. That's how petty he is. He hired him
damage.
Damn.
for
yo.
a movie.
That's
never coming out.
disrespectful as
and
fuck.
and started playing the clips from the movie.
It was like, yo, look, I own this.
Yeah, I own this. Yeah, he
I
owns
own
it.
your likeness for this 7-minute clip right here.
Yeah. So
I paid $7,500 for it, gang.
Yeah. So that's how petty he is.
Yo, that's so disrespectful.
That's
You have to understand the level of disrespect, son. You just said, I will literally hire you to go do some shit and make you buy a flight. You did all that to go pay. Yo, that actually hurt my heart. Just hearing that out loud really just broke my heart. That's fucked up. Because I promise you can get Cameron to do a verse for $7,500. Which is why it's like, damn, he really just fronted.
And
like, he basically said anybody could afford you, gang. Like, what are you talking about?
And on Omar,
you're a B-list.
And Omar came out.
You need the work.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is hurting me.
Omar came out. He said,
"I don't like this."
He said, "Yo, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for a free trip to Miami." He said, "Hey, next time I never been to Ibiza. If you want to book me for a beat." So he's basically trolling.
He tried to troll back, but $7,500 got you to fly to Miami, gang. I'm sorry to tell you.
I ain't gonna lie. That's mad petty.
Oh, that just hurt.
That's mad petty.
That felt very demeaning.
So you can look up. So you can look up the clips of the movie that's never coming out. That Omar Gooding shot.
That's good.
Cam's
good.
Yo, Cam's
fucking good at evil shit. Yo, I'm telling you, Cam is a Harlem personified. Yeah. There's no sympathy for you in the streets of Harlem. None. Niggas don't care if your grandmother died, your dad died. Niggas talk about slapping your dead father. They don't give a fuck. All right? And this is a clear example of I don't give a fuck. Yo, bro, the level of evil thought that took for you to go and book a man for a movie that's never coming out just to show, bro, I will literally buy you.
I'll buy a likeness for this movie. That's never coming out. Yeah, that's bad petty.
Checkmate.
Yeah, yeah, that's different. That's different. For what?
I don't even feel good talking about this topic no more. I feel filthy. I feel gross. That's not cool. That's not cool. He violated. Because listen, at the end of the day, Omar's a legend, like I said. He's been in so many movies. As soon as you Google Omar Gooding, if you're confused as to who I'm talking about, but you know who I'm talking about.
They know.
He's in all the hood classes.
Yeah.
Cuba for sure though is definitely like I said.
Of course.
The more legendary, but Cuba's also out of his fucking mind. Last time we seen Cuba in the club, he had on the KFC bucket on us that talking about somebody suck that baby's dick.
Cuba's different.
What he said on the microphone.
Cuba's he's out there.
There was no baby in the club. Why are you wearing a KFC bucket on your head? You're Cuba good. You're radio for God's sake. You're like, what are you doing? Cool Runnings? What are you doing?
Listen,
like
some people out there. Easy. Some people out there.
Cuba's gone.
Gone.
Cuba's fucking gone. But you know what I'm saying? Omar, you know what I'm saying? We still pushing, still thriving. Don't worry about nothing. Oh, you good.
So yeah. In other news, I think we gotta get to what Trump is doing now.
Oh shit. Uncle Trump is back.
So
what's Trumpito doing? Man?
Oh, he's doing a lot of stuff. So
it's
apparently
been 4 days since our last episode. What did he do? What did he do? It's Friday. I gotta stop thinking it's Thursday. This is crazy. Yeah. It's been 5 days. All right.
So apparently he's coming after the Smithsonian, which is a museum.
Yeah, I know the Smithsonian.
Yeah, so he's coming after it, and he's basically saying that it got too woke, and he's going through. He said him and his team are going to go through every exhibit with a fine-tooth comb, and make sure that they live up to his standards of what history and how history should be taught.
Oh shit! It sounds like they're going to remove all the black stuff. If you want me to be honest, and the Mexican stuff.
First of all, Trump is not a historian by any means.
No, by any means.
By any means.
Yeah.
So who gives a damn? Yo, but this is exactly what a dictator would do.
No, he's definitely moving like a pure dictator. And he's not trying to hide it. Did you see? Not the same subject actually. Did you see? After they cut the budgets, what was the recent budget? He just cut some billions of dollars out of.
A lot. Well, it depends on. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, he cut a whole lot of budgets, and all of a sudden they started detailing the White House with gold. There's gold all over the White House now. Have you seen it before and after pages?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, he's moving like a straight dictator. He's like, we just gonna floss and make all the shit around me gold because that's what we on right now.
He also wants to create a $250 million ballroom, custom ballroom.
Ballroom to hold the ball for the Illuminati.
But you know, he wants to stamp it as his sanctuary place.
Type shit.
But going back to the Smithsonian. So and apparently he also is trying to, since they cut PBS, I'm hearing rumors that he's trying to replace that with PragerU.
Prager
is a very right wing conservative education program that they're trying to indoctrinate the kids with. So he's trying to replace Big Bird, Sesame Street, Arthur with PragerU and PragerU stuff and
Prager.
A lot of and I seen a lot of the clips that they've been putting out, and it's absolutely disgusting.
I gotta watch. What's PragerU about?
It's absolutely. Oh, they have a clip with some kids go back in time. and speak to Christopher Columbus. And
Oh shit.
Columbus is talking about, the way they frame it is absolutely crazy. So Columbus was framing it how there was slavery in every corner of the globe, and how the natives were cannibals, and how the natives were doing human sacrifices, and the kids said something like, "Yeah."
Respectfully though, they was though.
But let me.
Sorry.
But you got to understand the framing is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They talk. The kids were talking about, well, you didn't deny slavery. He's like, yeah, but you would rather be a slave than be dead, wouldn't you? Like,
what the fuck?
The way they're framed, but
He said that?
I'll show you.
Yeah, that's
He
crazy.
literally, you would rather be a slave than be dead. Huh? What did you? And then he said something like, trying to be funny after. But like, I'm not saying they weren't. But I'm saying how they're trying to frame it. How they're trying to, bro. It's unbelievable. And there are also a lot of white right wingers trying to echo the point that only less than 2% of people own slaves. And if anybody says that, less than 2%, when talking about slaves, I want you to play this clip. Play this clip, because they're either very, very ignorant with how economics works, or they are being deliberately disingenuous in order to feed a narrative. Either they don't know how economics works, or they're trying to feed a narrative. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about it. 2% of people own slavery. That is the angle that they're running with.
Right.
So let's talk about it. 1860, there were about 4 million slaves at the time. Each slave was worth about $1,000. Mm-hmm. Do the math, add the zeros. Slavery in 1860 was worth $4 billion.
Right.
Back then. $4 billion back then. Right. That's more than the railroads. That's more than the factories. That's more than the banks combined.
Damn.
Let's talk about what that would mean today. $4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
$1,000 today, $1,000 back then today would be about $35,000. So each slave was about $35,000, which is about the size of a new car, about the price of a new car. Mm-hmm. That's how much each slave was worth. And if you do the math times 4 million, that evaluates slavery about $150 billion today. It's today's money.
And that's not even converting the fact the population has grown exponentially damn near since then.
So
that's not even taking that into account.
So let's talk. The NFL is worth about $75 billion. NBA worth about $50 billion. So slavery was worth about, in 1860, the same amount as the NBA and the NFL is today.
Combined.
That is what we're talking about economics. So as stupid as it is to say only 2% of people own slaves back in slavery, that's like saying the only people that benefit from the NFL and the NBA are the owners, the people that work for the teams, and the people that work for the leagues. How stupid does that sound? But that's not taking into consideration. That's not taking into consideration all the independent merchandisers. That's not taking into consideration the media. That's not taking into consideration the airlines. That's not taking into consideration the local bars, the hotels, the Airbnb hosts. There's a lot of sports teams that the city literally thrives off of the economy based off the sports teams. So that's not taking all that into consideration. So what you're saying is, you got to realize that much money is not made in a vacuum. There are banks such as JP Morgan, such as Wells Fargo. There are lending institutions. There are insurance companies. There are a lot of slaves that were insured. There were a lot of slaves that were used for leverage. There are a lot of universities such as Harvard, Yale, Columbia, University of Virginia in Charlottesville, UPenn. Many universities also benefited off slave labor. So that means there are people that got jobs, careers. There are people that got scholarships. There are people that got business loans. There are people that got mortgages off the backs of slave labor that didn't own any slaves. So to say that's 2%, to use the argument that 2% of people own slaves is asinine when it comes to economics. It was literally the driving force of the South. So you can't sit here and say only 2% own when the entire South economy was based off slavery.
Literally.
So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Unless they're being disingenuous, because that's what racism is.
Right.
They're trying to push an agenda. They don't care about facts.
Damn.
They don't care about facts.
That was deep.
Bro.
That was deep.
Bro.
You know, I'm a numbers guy, so I was just like, yeah, let me sit back.
Yo, I know you're a numbers guy.
I need to shut the fuck up and listen to this because this shit is crazy.
I know you're a numbers guy.
Damn.
And not only that, they're also...
That's insane.
They're
That's
also
a crazy way to quantify it.
You have to use the number.
It's actually mind blowing.
It's mind blowing how much
it really helps put it in perspective. For
and also put into perspective, they're also floating around the narrative that white people are the only ones that ended slavery. Well, let's talk about that. That's discounting the Haitian Revolution in 1804. That's also discounting the reason for ending slavery, which is really big. It's not just about ending slavery, it's the reason, because the reason will set up how you guys act in the future. Let's use slavery and let's compare that to Nazi Germany. Let's compare. Slavery ended because of economics. It wasn't because of morality. Abraham Lincoln said, I wish I can solve this issue. But if I could free all the slaves, I would. If I could free none of the slaves, I could free some of the slaves. He was about preserving the Union. It wasn't moral. There was no morality in it. Nazi Germany was about morality. Let's look at the difference. So, at the end of Nazi Germany, it was illegal to be a Nazi. Nazi paraphernalia, Nazi flag was illegal. A lot of the former captains and members of the German army, they fled. A lot of them fled to Argentina and other places. And they made it illegal to be a Nazi. They villainized Nazism. And as we know it, as the world knows it, Nazi is negative. Everybody can come to that general consensus, unless you're a Nazi. Everybody, like, Hitler was the worst person in the world. Right. Everybody knows that, right? It's because the framing. Germany made it illegal. They punished Nazis after World War II, after Nazi Germany fell. Let's look at what happened in America. We never punished the traitors for being traitors. Traitors to the Union. Traitors of the Americans. It's ironic that there are people who call themselves patriots but fly the Confederate battle flag, when there are people who flew the Confederate battle flag that killed people that flew the American flag. They're traitors.
Right.
And we should treat them as traitors. They should have been charged for their crimes of treason against the Union. But what do? We let the South write their own narrative. They erected statues, schools, parks named after traitors. We allowed them to create their own narrative about the Civil War, about slavery. That's the difference. Nazi Germany punished the idea of Nazism. We allowed the idea of the Confederacy. We allowed them to prop up these people as heroes when they should have been treated as traitors. So one was about morality, the other one was about economics. We don't care about the morality of it as long as the South is part of the Union again. So it's a big difference on how you frame things. It's a big difference on the reason why. Lincoln was not a abolitionist for moral reasons. The abolitionist movement and his movement seemed to just align. They just aligned. It'd be no different than, let's replace slavery with farming. The South was farming, and farming was becoming so powerful. And Lincoln was like, you know what? We need to free all of the farm animals, all of the cows, because the South is becoming too powerful. That doesn't mean he's going to join PETA. Right. You know what I mean? It's more of an economic reason. It has nothing to do with morality. Right. So we never properly punished the traitors, in which we should have labeled them as traitors. So when you look at the difference in how everything happened after that, it was supposed to get 40 acres and a mule. What happened to 40 acres and a mule? After the assassination of Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, not to be confused with Andrew Jackson, one of our presidents. Andrew Johnson, who was from the South, came into power, and the idea of 40 acres and a mule, he cut it. He was from the South. He had a lot of sympathy for the South. Right. So instead of trying the slave owners and distributing their land, they gave it right back to them after the assassination of Lincoln. That's why 40 acres and a mule never happened, because he was assassinated. Andrew Johnson came in and said he was sympathetic to the South and basically put a big Band-Aid over it and let them control the narrative of how everything was. And this creates the aftermath of everything. This creates the black codes and vagrancy laws and convict leasing and everything. This happened directly after, because it wasn't about morality. It was about economics.
Damn.
Does that make sense?
I'm mind blown right now.
You know what I mean?
I'm fucked up right now about it, because I'm thinking about it too. I'm like, why did they allow it? I'm like, were they just trying to keep it peaceful? And was like, yo, listen, as long as they free the slaves, we ain't about to go down and stop them from doing the statues and shit, because we not trying to keep on losing bodies over this shit. They don't care, because they clearly are ready to die behind being able to put up this goddamn statue and name this school over a slave owner. They want that shit, and as long as it actually isn't slaves, let's not go down there and kill them about it.
That's
what I was thinking. I'm like, it must be what their thought was. Like, yo, no more bloodshed as long as the slaves ain't there. But it's like, okay, the slaves ain't there, but then you got KKK and shit running around and lynching and doing a bunch of shit with impunity. They weren't getting in trouble. Nothing was going on. There was nobody going to jail for this shit. Everybody in the fucking Emmett Till's case walked away like nothing happened. Like there wasn't a kid barbed wire to the bottom of the river. But hey, it's the South. And I mean, hey, I'm glad to this day you look around.
I'm glad you mentioned the Klan. So the Emancipation Proclamation, January 1st, 1863. Mm-hmm. It didn't. The last slaves were freed 2.5 years later, Juneteenth, 1865, in Galveston, Texas.
Right.
All right. So this is June. The Klan formed Christmas Eve, 1865. 6 months later, and a lot of them. So you know how mad you have to be on Christmas Eve. You know how racist you gotta be mad on Christmas Eve.
We not worried about Jesus' birthday. We got some other shit going on right now. The blacks are free. We gotta go find them.
And a lot of them,
crazy.
A lot of them were
crazy.
A lot of them were former Confederate soldiers.
Right.
A lot of them were former Confederate soldiers. Yeah, so the time, that's why I love history, because the timeline matches up. 6 months after Galveston, Texas, KKK, the Klan. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, they never purposely.
I think that, I'm sorry, we got to make sure we clip this and make sure that's up there, because I don't think a lot of people wouldn't even associate how all that, like you said, history really paints the picture and lets you see exactly what's going on. They said, oh, black people been free for 2 years. Well, guess what? We got something for you.
So you see how
put these motherfuckers on horses and let's go do some evil shit.
You see how how Germany treated the Nazis and banned Nazism and the idea of it in order to actually repent or actually change the guard of the idea of it. As to us in here, it was just about economics. We didn't care about the morality. And that trickled into everything else that we know today. Damn. So I just debunked the 2%, and I just debunked that white people were the ones that freed the slaves when they actually just transferred them over to the prison systems, which I didn't really touch on, but
that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah. So that's a whole other conversation. So as you can tell, that shit really got me pissed off, bro.
Yeah, nah.
And I've been talking about. It's been an attack on education. I've been saying this, haven't I? It's been an attack on education,
and that's how every dictator moves. That's how they do it. And every empire, they take over the next empire by deleting the information, destroy the libraries, burn the books, forget the history, and we start some new shit right here, right now. And you know what's weird about Trump that I've been noticing from the beginning? He be moving, especially this term. He be moving in a way that it's like, does he know this is only a 4-year thing? Like, does he know he's getting out of there in 3 years no matter what, supposedly, right? Like, I feel like he's not ready to go nowhere. Like, I'm going to just predict this here. I think when it comes time to him to get out that office, he gonna stay put and be like, my people, y'all know what to do. Pull up again how we did last time. We're not gonna let them steal shit. We no steal the election. We're not gonna have an election, motherfucker. I'm here till I'm dead.
You know what's funny?
And when I'm dead, I'm gonna give it to my 6'5" son that's out there somewhere, whatever the fuck his name is. But I think Trump's not planning. Barron. I don't think he's planning on going nowhere.
Yo, a comedian said that. He said, "Yo, what if he never leaves?" A comedian said that. What? I
didn't hear nobody say that. I'm saying it. Trump not going nowhere.
I don't think he is.
He's moving like he ready to stay. You don't build a $250 million auditorium to leave this bitch in 3 years. Like, it's probably not gonna be built for another year or two, I'm assuming. No matter, I don't know what he got rid of the Mexicans. I don't know what Mexicans gonna find to build that shit that fast. We don't got that. You're gonna be having to pay these workers $80 an hour that work for some fucking union to get this shit built, and it's gonna probably take 3-4 years. So I'm like, why would you build some shit? It's gonna take forever until you can enjoy it for what, the last summer of your presidency? He not going nowhere. That's my hot take, goddammit. Trump's not going nowhere. He don't plan on it.
And do you see what he's doing in DC?
What are you doing in DC?
Oh, bro. Yo, bro. It's really getting so apparently this is what's going on. Earlier, a few months ago, he touted how crime is down in DC. And crime is down in DC. Shout out to the mayor in DC. Crime is down, but now the new narrative is that all of a sudden, after a few months of touting that crime's down in DC, now the new narrative is they're not reporting the numbers right. He literally put martial law in DC. Not the army. Yeah, the army is literally in the streets and raiding people in DC right now. You ain't hear what's going on?
But why are they raiding people?
Because crime is running rampant. Crime and terror is running crazy.
So
and he plans on doing that.
Law.
Yeah, he's planning on doing that in New York. He's planning on doing that in Chicago.
Chicago might need that. I'm not gonna lie.
But
Memphis and Chicago need that. Okay?
Chicago's not even the crime is all down to all of them. But he's attacking. He's attacking all of the mayors are black. He's going after the blue states. The 3 highest crime rates: Jackson, Mississippi, Memphis, and St. Louis. He's not talking about them, the red states. He's going after the blue states. He's going after the black mayors. But yeah, the martial law is in DC. Literally, he declared martial law. What I'm hearing he's trying to do, bro, he's trying to make DC under corporate control.
Meaning?
I'm hearing he's trying to give the reins of DC to his buddy Peter Thiel. You know who Peter Thiel is?
No idea.
Billionaire who's the founder of Palantir, an AI company.
There's always a billionaire somewhere, goddammit. Where do we find these motherfuckers? They used to be like
oligarchy.
3. When we were growing up, there was like 3. Now there's a billionaire in every corner.
No, he's trying a corporate city is to have jurisdiction over. That is what I'm here that he's trying to do. He's trying to make it so they don't pay any taxes. He's trying to make it under corporate control. This is
not gonna go good for Trump though, man. It's gonna be too much of a power for
what?
They're fighting for too much power, son. It's fine. I see the play. He's setting it up so even if he does step down, it's gonna be his buddy that's coming up next to bat, and he gonna be like, "Yo, don't forget, I put y'all here. I brought us to this level of power, so y'all should all have some loyalty to me." But that's not gonna happen. Nobody's gonna be loyal to you because they're all playing trillionaire games. They're not even on billions no more. That shit old to them. These motherfuckers, they going for quadrillions and whatever's after that. Them motherfuckers is on some other shit, son. That's very creepy, bro. What you mean under corporate power? Like, what is like?
It
sounds like
corporate cities. Yes,
so this is what it sounds like
under jurisdiction of the corporations. Do you hear how crazy this sounds?
That sounds like some Star Trek shit. I'm not even getting it.
It
sounds like we got enough money to protect us. And that's the thing, because Washington D.C. isn't a city or a state. It's what's it called?
District.
A district, whatever the fuck that means. They already been playing funny games with the verbiage behind what D.C. really is, son. Because I feel like you commit any crime in D.C., you going to the federal prison. Like it's.
Oh, Pete Hegseth is talking about the D.C. crime is running rampant. Like I said, crime is down in D.C., but now they're playing a new narrative. D.C. crime is running rampant. We got to get the deplorables out of there. They're lit, the way they're talking. You already know what, yo. It's about to get
You
crazy.
already know.
You already know. You already know who they talking about. You already know what's about to happen. Yo,
You already know. You know what they talking about, right?
so it sound like ethnic cleansing to me.
Yeah.
I'm they're setting up. They're setting up for it.
Yo,
They're
this
setting
is
up for it.
crazy.
I've been saying a lot.
I want to
of this.
fast forward to like 40, 50 years from now real quick. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
Honestly, just how crazy is this shit going to get? How crazy is this shit going to get? Because I know how gentrification works, and I know for sure the Poconos is going to have projects any day now. Like, I'm talking about high-rise projects. I just know you heard it here first. High-rise projects all through the valleys in Ohio and all them methville cities in West Virginia. It'll happen. The hood's coming near you, okay? Because, like you said, ethnic cleansing is happening at a rampant rate. And, yeah.
Yep.
They're just gonna keep pushing.
Watch.
Keep pushing what they call deplorables. They're going to push us this way.
Well, look, yo, listen to the language and
Push
watch all the dog whistles they have in their speech. All these dog whistles.
Speaking of dog whistle, you brought it up in the very beginning of the episode, but I do want to make sure we talk about it because apparently,
Oh, yes.
you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about whistleblower. I should say not dog whistle, but whistleblower.
Whistleblower. So there
Take it away, Cinco.
there was a cop in Teaneck, New Jersey,
Right,
place
our
where we
hometown.
grew up, our hometown.
Yes, sir.
And he was just awarded $2.1 million in a retaliation case. Who he quote unquote broke the blue wall. Let's talk about it.
Hold on. He got $2.1 million awarded to him.
And whose money was that? Taxpayers.
Well, you don't live in Teaneck.
No, but I said tax. I meant tax. I'm taxpayers.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody's a taxpayer. But wait, 2.1 million? What happened? I want to know what happened. How do you get $2 million? Because I'm trying to sign up.
Oh, listen. Teaneck police officer Glenn Coley filed a whistleblower lawsuit in 2022 alleging his career was derailed after he broke rank and gave sworn testimony supporting a township resident's account that officer used in excessive force.
Ooh,
The blue wall he broke.
I see what you're saying.
He testified
now. Against the cop?
Against the cop for the young lady who said the cop used excessive force.
Wait. He testified against one of his own?
He did.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What in the training day is going on? Hold on. Officer Hoyt? What the fuck's wrong?
Hoyt.
You got me
Hoyt
fucked
is
up.
funny.
What are you doing? Hold on. Let's talk about it. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry. This is not where I thought the story was going.
Fellow officer threw the lady against a car, handcuffed her, and cut off her purse with a knife during a 2014 arrest.
Damn.
Coley contradicted other officers' claims that Tompkins, the girl, had been combative after she called 911. He testified that the officers aggressively restrained her without clear reason for her arrest. She sued the police department alleging malicious prosecution and civil rights violation. So, following his testimony, he was pushed aside with worse assignments. He was passed over for promotions, denied training. The backlash was to retaliate against him breaking the blue wall, his attorney said. He was suspended without pay for 15 days in 2019 after a nightmare encounter in a public park, and apparently no backup came to help him. So he sued the police department and won $2.1 million. So I want to know what your take is.
Yo, bro.
This happened.
You need to move, gang. I hope you far away from here. Go to Florida. Go to Florida somewhere, bro. Because they moving like the mob. I ain't going to lie, son. It sounded like they was leaving you out there to die, son. It sounded like if your ass would have got shot, they would have took a long time to get you to the hospital, gang. I'm just saying, they sounding real scary. That's a little spooky, you know what I mean? Like, this hits home because it's at home. So it is kind of crazy. I'm going to be honest,
You've seen
though.
it, and you've seen him, too.
I know. As soon as you show me his face, I'm like, I know, bro.
You know,
I seen
yeah,
him
right?
He done locked me up, literally. So I'm looking like, I'm going to be real. Okay, I got two perspectives of it. Because I always got to try to wear both shoes.
Go ahead.
All right. From a cop perspective, if I'm if I'm one of your mans, yo, you went and testified against us in court, dummy? Are you fucking dumb? Yo, niggas will boom you for less, bro. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Like, you never do that. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's one thing to tell on niggas in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't really do nothing. What you gonna do? Shoot me after you get out of jail? Whatever, pussy, go to jail. You a cop with a bunch of motherfuckers who ride around with guns and can possibly be in control of saving your life. In, like I said, in a situation where car accident, he's involved in a car accident, cops show up, they're like, let's not get in a rush to get him to the ambulance, man. Let's take our time. Like, you never know. Like, these people could literally be like, this is your partner, the people you work with. So it's like, to telling them, you should already know, this ain't gonna go well. Now, from civilian side of me is looking at this like, yo, that's fucking crazy, son. That he did the right thing, does the righteous thing, looks out for the civilian, tells the truth, and they shun him, push him to the side, treat him like an outcast. Like, yo, this is a cold world, son. We're living in a movie for real, bro. This is a cold fucking world. They don't give a fuck about him. And honestly, though, $2 million out the game, man. Fuck it. I think it was a clear winner in all this. $2 million, y'all niggas can eat a dick. I'm out of here. Bye. I got my $2 million. Y'all niggas can eat a dick. I'm out of here, man. Y'all niggas ain't fuck with me. That's cool. Fuck y'all. I'm out. That's how I would feel if I was him.
Okay, I feel that.
So my end result to all this, I feel like bro won. Then he stayed righteous. He might have ate a lot of shit the last 5-6 years, however long since he testified. Like, yeah, things definitely was tricky. I would love to hear some of his experiences where he felt like more things happened, but yeah, man, like that's $2 million out the game, man. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear your thoughts on all this.
All right, you said something in the beginning, which I want to touch upon. You said moving like the mob, and that's exactly what they are. A state-sponsored gang. That's exactly what they are, with a license to kill. So this is what happens to good cops. That's what happens to good cops, right?
Yeah.
So
bro.
the police tell civilians, if you see a crime, report a crime. Mm-hmm. Right? But when one of their own is committing a crime, now it's the blue wall. Now they protect their own. When one of your piece of shit officers uses excessive force on a woman, and a good cop calls out that officer, instead of the entire department being behind the good cop and saying he did right to report an incident, just like you guys tell civilians to do, you shun him from promotions, you give him desk duty, and you completely alienate him. That's why the biggest gang in this country are the cops, the police. That's what happens to the good cops. Being a good cop is not just doing your job to the best of his ability. Being a good cop is pointing out the other piece of shit cops that work in your department as well. And you see what happens. Mm-hmm. If you call yourself a good cop and you see one of we all know our coworkers. We all know our coworkers. Let's keep it 100. Right. We all know our coworkers. A lot of times when we hear some crazy stories about cops doing some to the extreme, killing somebody or either excessive force, you look at their rap sheet. Yeah, they have a lot of priors. They've been to that. They worked for here. They worked for over there. They've been transferred over here. They've been suspended over there. Yeah. This is a pattern of behavior. But guess what? When a hero like this actually calls out a piece of shit for being a piece of shit, instead of being praised, he was shunned for breaking the blue wall. That's what happens to good cops. Okay? State-sponsored gang. That's license to kill. That's exactly what that shows me. That is the issue. That is the problem. That's the problem. Being a good cop is not just doing your job. Being a good cop is pointing out when others are not, and you know in your heart of hearts, others are not. And that is the issue with policing. That is the issue. And not only that, who paid that settlement? The taxpayers paid that settlement. So the cops didn't even feel the brunt of having to pay him out. It was the taxpayers that paid him out. That is another issue. That is a whole nother issue in itself. But that is exactly what that's showing me.
Damn.
That's what that's showing me.
That's
what happens to good cops.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been two-stepping with that $2 million in my head the whole time though. I'm like, man, 2.1, and I'm out of there. Like, y'all niggas eat a dick. Y'all thought y'all be fucked up.
But you know,
I had that desk job, remember? You ain't want to give me overtime? I had Christmas gifts to buy, you bitch ass thing. Give me my $2.1 million, goddamn it.
But nah.
He was being denied training, meaning he wasn't allowed to level up. Like, yo, you was really gonna
shout out to him and shout out to the other cops who point out the wrongdoing that your fellow officers are committing.
Yeah.
It's people like you who are really the unsung heroes. It's people like you who have to go through a lot of shit with your own coworkers who still do the right thing. Those are the good cops. Those are the good cops. It's not enough just to do your job and look the other way.
Damn.
Same thing. It's the same thing they taught us growing up in school.
That's a fucked up situation.
Wait. It's the same thing they taught us.
That's a messed up situation.
Growing up in school, what they teach us? A bystander. Silence is violence. Yeah. They taught us that growing up in school. Yeah. If you see an action
and you do nothing to it, you just
silence is violence, right? Mm-hmm. And you're the cop supposed to be protecting. You took an oath to protect the people. You work for the people. And that's what you need to do. You should be working for the people. So and what should happen is whatever cops were in charge that alienated him, the ones that blackballed him, denied him promotions, put him on desk duty, they should be fired without pensions. Absolutely. They should be let go without pensions. That's what should happen, but you know, happen. Of course it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. That is the issue with policing. That is the issue. The issue. People are not held accountable. The ones that hold other people accountable don't hold themselves by the same standard. Nah. At the end of the day, my pops told me growing up, he said, listen, at the end of the day, a job's a job. A job is a job. People will be people. At the end of the day, you put on your uniform, you punch the clock to do a job, that doesn't change who the person is at their heart. It doesn't change it.
At all.
So that's my take on it.
Damn.
It's just unfortunate, bro.
Nah, it is super unfortunate, man. This sets a standard because it sets a standard for other cops who might be willing to testify or willing to go against their own for the for righteousness, for the right or good, the actual, for the truth. At the end of the day, that's what you want, and they're gonna be looking like, yeah, this is exactly why we don't testify. This is exactly why we wouldn't, because look at what happens. And that guy was lucky that he got $2.1 million, but he took years of
yes.
It took not only just years, but it's like, bro, I was just saying it to be funny, but for real, like, what if he was looking for some overtime and they're denying it to him just because they don't fuck with him? And what if I needed that to pay an extra bill? What if I needed that for this and that? What if I really needed this promotion because I'm trying to level up in life, because that's what everybody's trying to do for the most part, especially, you're a cop, you're trying to do this 25 years, you're trying to get to detective or whatever you're trying to do, but you're trying to level up and they're not allowing you, and it's like, that's really unfair, bro. That's unfair to that man's kids. That's unfair to his family. That's
what he went through, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's very easy to just be like, oh yeah, but he got $2.1 million. But at the end of the day, like I'm a little bit smarter than that.
Yeah.
And in reality, I am really thinking, like, I really do have, my heart goes out to him, because yeah, bro, that's really foul, bro. That's really foul. Like, my man's just trying to do what's right and what's true and it was good in the world, and he's punished for it. And if it wasn't for this settlement, that now, after they said the arrest was in 2014. I'm assuming he probably testified around 2014 to 16, 17. Bro, it was almost 10 years ago. He been eating shit for 8 years before he got a dollar. Because they say he was, bro. Regardless, man. Shout out to him, man. Officer Cooley. Well, he's not an officer no more, but you out in Jamaica somewhere. Goddamn it.
State sponsored gang. That's exactly what it is. And before we get out of here, you want to touch upon Dr. Umar?
Oh,
we got to touch upon that.
Oh yeah.
You have to put me on game.
Oh, Dr. Umar, it's a lot going on. For people who don't know Dr. Umar is like the king of Pan-Africanism. Long story short, Dr. Umar has always been a super pro-black figure, and he's built a really strong following behind that. You know what I mean? I'm sure you're familiar with Dr. Umar. And I think he said some controversial things for sure. Does. Like, he has this whole like anti-snow bunny. Like, he thinks that people, mixed races should not intermingle. Like, there should be no mixed children. He thinks that, which a lot of people disagree with. I personally disagree with. I have mixed kids, so I can't agree with it. But he also has been involved in some controversy because he was getting some funding for a school that he's been building.
Yes.
It was supposed to be the Marcus
Garvey
and Frederick Douglass School.
Yeah, like in Philly.
Long story, it's in Delaware actually, but right outside of Philadelphia. The whole point was it's supposed to be an all black school for young black men, and it was supposed to be sponsored by his foundation that was being donated to for literally about 10 years now. And they had bought a building in I believe it was 2016. They bought the building in Delaware, which is where the school is being built at. And it's been the real controversy is, where's the school? People are like, yo, where's the school? He also is an ex-educator. He was a principal at a school. He has a whole bunch of education background and friends and affiliates that are from the education background. So people expect the school to be built already. And just recently, about 2 weeks ago, he went on Instagram and was explaining like, yo, I need emergency funding because all my accounts are frozen from some fraud shit that happened apparently some of my accounts. So all my accounts are frozen. Can y'all cash at me? Can y'all Apple Pay me? And the whole world was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, aren't you the same dude that's always preaching about financial stability and having your shit together? And wait a minute, didn't we give you $1.6 million in donations for a school that you bought for $400,000 in 2016? There's another $1.2 million that hasn't been accounted for. Where's that $1.2 million? How do you not have any funds whatsoever? Why are you panhandling on Instagram? It's a little scary. You know what I'm saying? All these things came to all of a sudden there's paperwork coming out that school's actually being auctioned off. So he hasn't paid. He owes $70,000 in utilities and bills and taxes that haven't been paid in years now, and a lot of this is becoming, it's becoming like a wildstorm around his name because his name came with such a positive push at first in for what he was standing for, and all of a sudden you start peeling back these layers and like, wait a minute, there might be $1 million scam behind all of this, and we might have just been funding this dude to get famous. And he got his baby mothers coming out and his kids talking about he ain't a good dad. It's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's really tearing down somebody who was being built up by his own doing. He was doing his thing. He had us convinced, and now it's looking real scary. So I just wanted to hear your thoughts on the whole Dr. Umar because I don't know if you heard all this, but the details are a little crazy. You don't have enough money to get food and gas is crazy. That's number one. Call your mans. I should be able to call somebody before I go on Instagram and tell y'all to cash at me. That's scary. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So I didn't even hear none of that was going on. I remember the donations
and the
gifts.
School with the gifts,
donations.
Mm-hmm. He said it was the highest end high tech facility he was getting built.
I will say this.
Talk to me.
He's been definitely pushing positivity over the past few years, but I was hope this is not just another
hoax
grifter who's doing this for scamming purposes. And if that is the case, it is extremely unfortunate. Especially he's using the positive and the independent narrative in order to line his own pockets.
And the I'm for my people narrative.
That's what
Who do you think is donating to these causes?
Absolutely. And it's very people. And it's very unfortunate because I think that if that is the case, that undermines the cause and the push for liberation in general. Just like I feel the same with Black Lives Matter. It's ran by scam artists.
That's been exposed.
It's the same, and that is the issue, to where they're using the pain and the
anguish.
They're using the pain, the anguish, and all of the years and generations of trauma in order to align their own pockets. Like if he's being a scam artist, and it's very unfortunate. Like I said, just with Black Lives Matter, and what it does is it undermines the cause, and then people who were outside of the cause look at the cause
but as, why do we help? Look, they're doing it to themselves,
and that's the issue, to where that some people can be pushing a narrative that's positive, but they have bad intentions, and those people with bad intentions will be used as the poster child for the entire movement. And now they're trying to make the entire movement fraudulent. That is the biggest issue of it all.
And it also makes it causes trauma in the community where it's like, man, we gotta go donate to these white foundations because we scared. We donate to the black foundation, and then he got 4 BMs that come out the closet talking about he ain't a daddy, and we got $1.6 million that ain't accounted for. You spent $400 on a school game. Where is the other 1.2? We need to know. The school's been under construction the whole time.
And this is a person that talks about black family and all these BMs running around. You're not married. That's another thing.
These are all things that all started to come out years after he was already doing such a positive movement and pushing, because he's very educated. If you listen to him talk, he's educated. He knows what he's talking about. He says a lot of good things that you can peel from. But I mean, like I said, he has controversial takes that definitely can veer people off to the wrong way.
Yes,
but
he does.
Overall, the idea was like, yo, we should be donating to this guy. And then it's just like, man, if this is the actual truth of what's going on and it's all a scam and people really gave into this for somebody to just be doing this for self-gain, man. That's there's a special kind of. It's like one of those people that abuse the church. Go get the money and split out the back door.
It's very unfortunate, especially because we already have a lot of deep distrust in general with each other, and this deepens the distrust. And I've been saying the whole time, in order to actually get to the next level, that we can't think about individualism. We have to think about collectivism, but it's hard to do that when there are individuals who are for self-gain. Mm-hmm. That is the issue with everything. Yep. We can't be on the same page. It creates confusion. It creates distrust. And you can't build like that when there's confusion and there's distrust. Everybody has to be together. And it's just very unfortunate.
And on that note, man.
But before we get out of here, I wanted to touch on something really quick. Marv, we got like 2 minutes? All right. So, speaking on world news, I don't know if you heard what's going on in the Ivory Coast. Probably not.
No, hell no.
Of course. Probably not. So, the Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire. So, what's going on is the president of the Ivory Coast has been in power since 2010. He's been for 3 terms, and he is a puppet for France, for America, who's been instrumental in trying to break up a lot of the liberation movement other leaders in Africa are doing, such as Ibrahim Traore, who's a big one. And he's saying he's in his 80s. He's saying he's running for a fourth term, and people in Ivory Coast are not having it, rioting in the streets. And a lot of people, and a lot of the ones pushing for his resignation are people from the military. So they really want him out, but he's really trying to hold on. He's also the one who Michael Langley took a picture with, went to go visit with. They've been using the Ivory Coast as a hub to try to infiltrate other African nations who are about liberation. So the imperialist powers have been using Ivory Coast as a hub. And he's been in power since 2010. I don't know if you remember where I spoke about Thomas Sankara, the former leader of Burkina Faso. His right-hand man who got him boomed ended up fleeing and exiled to Ivory Coast, and they protected him. So Ivory Coast for a while has been like this with Russia. I mean, with France and the U.S. And their leader, who's been in charge since 2010, is trying to go for a fourth term, and then people are not having it. So I will keep you guys updated with that story and see what they go from here. But there's a lot of African people, and there's been a lot of conscious movement for self-liberation and pushing out the colonizers, and the people are not having it. So I'll keep you guys updated with that story.
Yeah, I want to see how that's going to go, man, because they really do feel like a lot of those countries in Africa are literally like 40, 50 years behind. Like the American history that was going on, and everybody, like, you know what I'm saying, civil rights and all that kind of stuff. I feel like they're like 40, 50 years behind, but like it's happening in real time in front of our faces, and we're seeing it. And it's interesting to see, like, even when I look at like Venezuela and stuff like that, like those people are now leaving. It's kind of like when Dominicans and Puerto Ricans was first leaving in the 60s and 70s. It's like, yo, this is their time now. This is their time to get the fuck up out of there. They're tired of it. They're like, yo, we found a way out. We gonna weasel our way through these boats, whatever the fuck it takes. But we out of here. And you see that shit, and you see all these countries in Africa, they're still fighting to be liberated from the colonizers that came there hundreds of years ago. And it's like, yo, people are still going through this. And you don't even realize, we live in this beautiful little world, and I got Disney Channel, and I got Nickelodeon, and my brain is filled with a bunch of bullshit. But in reality, there's people out here fucking suffering. And
it's unfortunate, because then people who don't understand what's going on, they'll look at those African countries, damn, what's going on with you guys? Not realizing that the resources being taken out, their money's being taken out, they're forced to use denominations that they don't want to use. all for corporate interests. So people who don't really understand what's going on, damn, why is Africa looking like this? Not realizing the bigger issue at play. But I just want to throw that out there. I will be following up with the Ivory Coast. What's going on?
And on that note,
we are out of here for the free gems. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Appreciate y'all, man. Tell a friend to tap in.
Yes.
We at Bravery Studios, Garfield, New Jersey. You go ahead and make your podcast right here. It's the only place you should be going. Marvel the producers in the back.
Absolutely. Shout out.
Gingies. I'll be back.
We out of here. Yeah.
We on.
We out of here.
Yes, sir.